Hello everyone. Welcome to the first episode of On Air with Adcom. Today we have Mr. Dhruv Parekh with us, who is currently an Assistant Vice President at Barclays. He has more than 8 years of work experience in the IT industry. He is a certified Information Security Manager and a certified Information Systems Auditor. Hello sir, how are you doing today?
Hi everyone, I'm doing good. Thank you for making me part of this podcast. It's really glad to be back connected to the university.
I'm really glad we could do this. Could you let our listeners know more about your journey?
Okay, so my journey starts from 2010, where I started working with an industry in Mumbai. I was working as a Unix and a DBA admin, and gradually I started leaning into the interest of ITIL, which is IT Infrastructure Library, which, if I have to go into a bit of technical, it's of change management, problem management related area, and that's where I got intrigued into pursuing techno functional MBA kind of a profile, and SCIT was the best choice for me. So I got an opportunity to work with one of the big four, where I was working as an external auditor, and we had projects working for big MNCs from Fortune 500, where we have to perform IT audits for them. So my first posting was in Hyderabad, and I spent a good amount of time in Hyderabad. Then I moved on to pursue as an internal auditor in one of the Fortune 50 companies, which is US based high tech software company. And there I was working as a core internal auditor for 3 years. That was a real game changer for me. I got to explore myself because they were very much into cloud and not into legacy systems at all. So it was a very fast paced environment. So that really accelerated my growth in terms of personal development. Currently, I'm working as a consultant for one of the team in Barclays for risk and governance, where I face the audits for them. So now I'm on the other side of the table, and I defend them, I help them in going and passing through the audits, of course, in the right manner, so that Barclays can do its bit to its investors when the audit reports get submitted. Well, that's my journey in short.
That's quite an amazing journey. So, sir, majority of the students in India plan to join an MBA program right after the graduation. You were already working in an organization prior to an MBA. What made you think that it was the right time to get back to the student life?
Well, I would not deny that people immediately pursue masters after completing their graduation, and there is nothing wrong in it. Well, I had my own reasons, own circumstances that I thought of working first and then pursue my masters. So while I was working, I realized that what it is outside of books to work in a field of IT. While my graduation was in electronics engineering, but I got a job, and that was recession time 2009. I took up the IT job. I started working for a year. Then I started realizing it's not bad, but then you need to know what are the processes and functions that is required to grow up the ladder. And it's just not someone telling you to work and you work around. So I got introduced to some key areas of IT like ITIL process, like SDLC life cycle. In real time, I was watching, okay, what is difference between agile methodology and what is waterfall methodology. We have heard about those terms during our engineering days, but then when you work on it, you realize, oh, it's fun. There is more to it. You can do more to it. So you cannot go back to your engineering, right? Then you have to look forward. So I did my little bit of research, and I was very sure I want to stick around in the field of IT, but I did not have a technical inclination to pursue my career in IT. So I came across a couple of universities that provides these techno-functional roles and techno-functional curriculum, and I wanted to stay within India. So the right choice for me was Symbiosis, and within that it was SCIT because it was giving me the exact requirement of curriculum that might help me to pursue a better role after I pass out from SCIT.
So, sir, you've been involved with cybersecurity right after you graduated from SCIT. Uh, what, according to you, are the initiatives that the students should take in order to excel in the field of information security?
If I would have to tell you, then I would suggest that uh, be focused on the new trend of cloud. Uh, if you think that the you can spare out some time from your daily routine of college, then go on to AWS website. There is a certification path. I wouldn't encourage to do certificate at the beginning, but maybe go on that site and see what are the requirements for certificate, what you need to study to pursue that certificate. And you study that piece and only give certificate when you work in that area. So that way you save some time while preparing the certification when you actually have to give. At the same time, you are prepared for your placement interviews or for any other seminar that you attend outside or you impart in institute. On the certification side for the cyber and risk area, I think the two important and trending, or let me put it this way, three important and trending certifications are CISA, Certified Information Systems Auditor, CISM, Certified Information Security Manager, and CISSP. Okay, it's Certified Information Security something professional. I don't remember the one word. But these are the three really, really important certifications that really holds value. And you guys will be very pleased to know that SCIT's curriculum is so closely connected with these three certifications. So nothing like it. That's a very good combination. Pursuing from SCIT and doing a certification from one of these three. And one more good point I would like to highlight is that you guys must have already done your research when you are planning to apply for SCIT. That SCIT has affiliation with ISACA. ISACA is an organization or a body that offers CISA and CISM certifications. You can also go on ISACA site and you can check that SCIT is also affiliated with ISACA. So the advantage is when you apply for a CISA or a CISM certification, you first have to clear the exam and then apply the certificate. There are two stages. So when you clear the exam, you can only call yourself as a CISA clear or a CISM clear. Okay. But if you want to call yourself as a CISA certified, you need a minimum 5 years of experience in that field or related field. So if you are a graduate from SCIT, then 1 year of experience gets covered easily. That's a prerequisite already mentioned in ISACA manual.
So the next question is a major concern to the current students. What do you think the industry expects out of the MBA graduates?
Well, I'll make this answer very funny and might be childish as well, but industry expects both Chatur and Rancho, okay? Because both of them play very different and important role for the growth of the industry. So don't worry if you're a Chatur and don't worry if you're a Rancho. Just ensure you are having the right skills and you utilize them without any fear and keep upgrading yourself, I would say. So that is what industry expects.
These references are evergreen. And I think the characters you mentioned are pretty much relatable to all of us. So coming to the last question of our episode, what is your advice to the future aspirants who are planning to join SCIT?
When people invest in an institute to pursue their masters, they always fear that, okay, what am I going to get back? Okay. And that's a very valid question. I would say just go with the flow, enjoy the journey. Okay. You will definitely going to have a very good returns on the investment that you do in 2 years worth of time, the money, the experience, everything is going to come back in multiple times. So don't worry about that.
I hope this discussion was insightful for all our listeners, and we are really glad that you could take some time out for this podcast. Thank you everyone for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode of On Air with ATCOM.